You can bury me up to my knees in shit.
A friend of mine who's a professor of English in Buffalo University, upstate New York, he's a keen researcher on African American history, and in his youth, he's back in his 80s now, but when he was young he spent a lot of time touring the prisons in the South and collecting information about the songs that have been handed down through the generations. You didn't have to go far back to get to the time of slavery or the end of slavery, and the amazing time of the migration of music and story up gradually through Kansas City and St. Louis up to Chicago, where it evolved and became more commercial, and people got drawn into it. But there's some amazing stories there that were, sometimes you see them appear in an English version of music called skiffle, where there were some great stories told. And there's other things like No More Cane on the Brazos. And he wrote a book called Get Your Ass in the Water and Swim Like Me, which is one of the lines in the song of Hip Boots. And we were talking about the origin of the word hip because it appears an awful lot, particularly in jazz, and in that particular culture too. So it was hip, hep, everyone's got an idea of where it came from. But Roger did a lot of research as well, and it came up with the idea of hip boots being a way, something you would dream of having as you were escaping from the chain gang through the swamp. It would be a good idea to have them, wouldn't it? For a few reasons. One, you didn't get your tootsies wet, and another one is because the dogs couldn't smell you when they chased you. And so there was a lot of work went into that, and we wrapped ourselves into the idea of, we were actually slaves escaping from the chain gang during a few days when we were writing this. And so it's got quite an authentic feel, I think, due to its connections. And I like all that. It creates a mood, and I think it fits the driving track. The track is awesome. I love it. And so for me it goes together very well. It's a bit obscure, but there again it's got its own niche identity, musically and lyrically. Yeah, I love it.
Wanna hear the dogs, I go to ground.